Hey guys, it's Dark Robin with another gun review video. This one is of the Scar L, one of the new guns released during the Close Quarters DLC. It has a lot of strong points and quite a few negative points as well. I didn't fall in love with this when I first began to play with it until I realized how the gun should be played. It's a very map-specific and situation-specific gun. I found that playing on maps such as Karg Island, Caspian Border, No Shark Canals, it's going to shine. It'll do very well in its given role. Metro, not so much. I got lucky in the video that I showed. It's very good if you just want to post up in the in the booth and hold the position for your team, but you're not going to be gaining a lot of ground with this. So a very defensive gun, and it does that very well. This gun is probably the easiest assault weapon to control, because of its low rate of fire. With the heavy barrel equipped, it shoots about 620 rounds per minute. It also has an identical side-to-side recoil of .225 and an upwards recoil of .2. Now, there's a lot of other guns that have a .2 upwards recoil, but there's not a single one that has such a low, identical side-to-side recoil. This will allow you to be incredibly accurate without having to compensate for recoil too much. Something interesting I wanted to note, I'm not sure if Simtek has their stats wrong, but the Scar L is the only assault rifle that when you add the heavy barrel, it does nothing for the upwards recoil. It doesn't add anything. It stays at .2. Whereas every other gun, it's specific. Like certain ones will only add a .1 increase, some will add a .15, others a little more, others a little less. But the Scar L, nothing. It doesn't change. Perhaps DICE did this to make up for the slow rate of fire on this gun, which is the second worst after the G3A3. This does not take into account guns like the AN94, which does shoot about 20 rounds per minute slower, but who the hell plays with an AN94 on full auto? I don't know anyone that does that because that's a stupid idea. My complaints about the full auto AN94 aside, Scar L is a wonderful gun to try if you want a nice, slow shooting, control oriented gun. You might have to adjust your playstyle a little bit to slow things down, which is one of the best tips that I can give for anyone that's either having a bad day or even just new to Battlefield 3. When you're playing, try to act a little more tactical. Peek your corners, watch your minimap, see what your team's doing. Don't just rush in all willy-nilly onto a cap point with no one else there to back you up. Because if you have the Scar L with you, you're probably going to lose. You're going to lose to any other faster gun if it's within like 30 meters. But if you want to hold a point, you want to hold a cap point, you want to watch a lane for people coming down, the Scar L is going to be one of your best options in that. My favorite attachments for this gun, heavy barrel, obviously. No foregrip because you don't need it. It's only going to hurt you. And either the Cobra sight or the red dot. I use the Cobra sight across the board, with the exception of the very accurate guns. If I have a G3A3, if I have a Scar L, even if I have the AUG, I'm going to use the red dot sight, just because, I don't know, something about that having that little red dot there, and just putting on someone's head and having the red dot just not move, it seems to work a little better for me. The scope width is a little bit more, but in the end, I feel it's worth it. Concerning the other possible attachments, the suppressor, I feel, is a little worthless. It doesn't fit the playstyle. The flash suppressor is going to take down your upwards recoil by a little bit, but it's already so low, it's not worth the increased bullet spread. The foregrip, as I mentioned, is not necessary, and since this is not going to be a hipfire gun, you're not going to want the laser sight either. The reload speed is 6th, right in the middle of the pack of all the assault rifles. Which is pretty good considering you're not really going to be dumping the entire mag, so you're not going to need that extended reload time if you utilize every bullet in the magazine. Overall, I really enjoyed the Scar L as a slow play long range rifle. It manages to fit the support rule very well, so tell me what you guys think. Pick it up, grab your med pack, your paddles, and go fall around your team a little bit. Let them take all the bullets, clean up the mess, and revive them. Do your best to stay behind cover as much as possible, and at all opportunities, try to stand still when you're shooting, which I managed to do a little bit better on this one than I did with the M16, considering this is a longer range battle. I even managed to beat quite a few snipers in this one. That's pretty much going to do it, guys. I hope you found the video useful. If there's something else you'd like me to review, play around with on various maps, send me a comment, send me a message on Battle Log. I'll check it out. The Fun Critter Squad has their first TWL match this evening, so wish me luck. It's a 4v4 squad rush. This should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Alright guys, you take care. I'll see you out there.
I think the vehicles are way overbalanced on this map, the rush. Like, they get everything. We get a jet and one tank.